What would you do if you were given a job? This job was to keep the most dangerous thing in the world in a supergalactic prison for all of eternity. Would you train? Would you blame the thing in the prison, or would you think of a way out? Think of a way out of this job. Fantastic that my phone is ringing on the one video that I actually am back. So I realize I've been gone for almost a year now, but a lot has changed in that year. I moved out. I'm in a very committed relationship. I'm no longer a Pokken streamer. A lot has changed, mainly for the better. And now I'm going to talk about something that I talked about 2-ish years ago. And that seems like fun. I'm going to be talking about Furi again, because I recently beat Furi again, well, at the time of writing this, which was in July of 2020, by the way. I was supposed to have this video out in July, and it is January, and I don't even think I'm going to get this video out. Oh, I also have a podcast. So let's talk about the catalyst for the video game's events, the voice and the writer. Note that this video is of course speculatory, and I am going to spoil the game because with the voice and everything else, he's very hard to explain without, just not talking about the rest of the game. This will also be one of those videos where I just start rambling on and on and on about the other bosses and the other guardians, so that's fun. I've also been up for 24 hours while recording this on a microphone that isn't mine, so all these are very fun. Let's talk about the voice first. The voice is a mysterious figure who claims to be an inmate in the prison, frequently contacts a stranger and tells them about the prison, the guardians, and how to escape. His tone is hushed and his words are often cryptic. However, he is a valuable ally to the stranger by informing him about upcoming foes, the prison he's held in, and the beauty of the world beyond. The voice is first seen freeing the stranger and explaining that to gain freedom he must kill the jailers. Before each of the guardians, he reveals a bit of information about them and hopes it'll help the stranger. The voice himself seems to know a great deal about the prison, far more than that of a typical inmate would be expected to know. He expresses many varied opinions about the Guardian, such as respect for the edge and for the burst, while he harbors contempt for the song and the beat. He feels pity for the more damaged ones like the strap and scale. Despite his supposed status as a Guardian, the voice is never seen engaging in combat. In his own words, he is no fighter. His most extraordinary skill is the apparent ability to teleport, based on how he randomly appears in different locations between camera cuts as the strangers walk to the boss arenas. He also does not seem to be affected by gravity, and is capable of standing on walls, ceilings, and occasionally levitating, though he does not do this often. It is likely the voice dislikes violence, or perhaps it's just not revealing his combat capabilities to the stranger. In the 7th room of the prison, he claims to have defeated the Guardian inside already, calling it his contribution to their escape. However, the voice is lying, and that is in fact his room. He is a defector from Decadence, a character who joins either the protagonist or antagonist, not so much because he agrees with all their ideals, but because he can no longer tolerate the opinions or actions of his whole group. This is usually because their methods are too extreme, ineffective, or illogical. He doesn't enjoy the violence the stranger brings to the game, yet he knows what to say and what to do to bring the violence out of him. He describes the Guardians in the worst light to the stranger in order to encourage the latter to fight, even using his own spite towards the hand as he focuses around building up the stranger's anger toward the person who led the army to defeat him. This is because the hand gets to raise his child in this world. The voice is angry that he wasn't given the same leisure. The voice's plan goes horribly correct as well. The architect who designed the prison did his job so well that even he, with all his control and knowledge of the place, couldn't control it once he wanted to leave. In my second run of the game, I got to a line that made me use the brain that is hidden under my fro. It's guardians like her that makes me hate the place. This made me think about the ideas and ideologies that the voice has. I interpret this line not as contempt for the beat, but rather something more like, it's messed up we're taking advantage of her idealism, using her as cannon fodder. Her presence there fuels his contempt for the prison itself and whatever power structure may be behind the prison. Now, boys, it's time for some speculation, both mine and Reddit's. The architect / the voice manufactured the whole situation. A lot of people seem to believe that the voice's motivation to be to want to escape his own creation and to turn coat, so to speak. Yet, I think this is wrong. As we know, the writer is a sort of wrecking unit for alien force. His species is facing destruction and survival is in need of a new world, and that process involves some sort of terraforming. During his mission, the writer causes a lot of destruction but was ultimately captured. Although it took the combined efforts of 100 people, some of them being seemingly part of the strongest people of this world. The voice knew the writer couldn't be stopped, that it was only a matter of time before he managed to escape and unleash destruction upon the world. I believe this prison was never conceived to hold the writer for long, rather was conceived to funnel the writer through a chain of experiences carefully designed to affect his psyche and change him, make him more human. He wanted to affect the writer so that he would change his mind and spirit. In truth, every jailer represents an aspect of humanity. They are a testament of mankind's resilience, willpower, valor, kindness, but also a reflection of the damage caused by the writer, and some are even reflections of the writer itself. The chain represents the writer's cruelty and rapid need to uphold to his duty without care or concern for anything else. The strap represents his position as a prisoner, rabid machine of destruction, but also points out that he is a tragic, mindless figure. The line represents mankind's wisdom and potential. Destroying him means destroying the wisdom. Scale represents the corruption brought upon by the writer. It shows his effect on humanity and the world around him. The hand represents mankind's bravery. The fact he dies in front of his sons while remaining honorable until the end adds to the tragedy of the situation. He is a contrast to the chain, represents a different approach to the call of duty. The song gives mankind's kindness and an ability to forgive. She is caring and loving, compassionate, and the writer needs to murder her as well to escape the prison, despite her pleas. The burst represents mankind's despair and the fact that if pushed hard enough, it can become cold and calculated to survive. The edge is quite literally a mirror of the writer, a way to say we're not so different, you and I. The beast is purposely evil, easy to defeat, and also the one that hurt me the most. Mankind's innocent and how easily butchered it could all be without the layers to protect it. Sacrificing them was a way for the voice to paint a portrait of mankind for the protagonist, though they're the only thing that we know of fighting. And of course the voice is mankind's intelligence and cunning, the glue holding it all together. When he finally escapes, he had to fight and kill them all. Some of them were a mirror of his own behavior. Some were only victims. There's a good reason for the writer to be released in a field where he can witness the destruction caused by his sole presence and ponder upon his goal after butchering all of them. I believe that the voice was gambling all along, as there was no other choice based on their dialogues. And it was also my belief that most of the jailers knew about the plan and signed in voluntarily, the burst being, not being one of them. The writer couldn't be held for long, and no one was strong enough to kill him for good. The point all along was to appeal to his morality, and I believe that canonically it succeeded. But I am just a dumbass bug who hasn't uploaded a love letter in nearly a fucking year, and I don't know what I'm talking about, so make your own opinions about the voice.
I just wanted to talk about them for a little bit. Almost 10 minutes on the motherfucking dot.
This is how I'm going to survive this crash. First off, I'm in the front of the bus because we are not in the back of the bus anymore. Rosa made sure of that. Bless up, Rosa. All right, so I'm grab everybody around me and form a human meat shield. First impact on the left side, people are gone. Right side, people are gone. Front of me, people are gone. I grab the one behind me, put him in front of me, and I'm clinging to him for dear life. He's screaming, "No, let me go. We're going to die." I'm like, "No, you're going to die." And then eventually I see that we're spinning out of control, so I throw him out of the window to equalize the centrifugal force. First impact, I'm gone. Broken neck, but I'm still alive. And then we're bracing for impact in the water. We hit the water, but I have Iron Man gauntlets. Boom, out the bus. We're done. I win.